So let's get on into it, chat. This is Zach Lolliot of the Milky Finishers Nintendo GameCube collection. In all of my years streaming, I've never shown this off. This is an exclusive look. I have never shown off my GameCube collection in all the years I've streamed. I've shown off my N64 and a couple Switch games, but never GameCube because they were in my basement. It took me like 20 minutes to fucking go up and down the stairs carrying all these games. So let's just start off with one that I actually have on my shelf right here because it was the most recent GameCube game that I played. This is going to be in no particular order. Because one day, not today, but we're going to do a top 25 best GameCube games. But that's not tonight. Tonight's just to show off the collection. But, bada bing, bada boom, we're starting off with a very unexpected pick, but a pick that I always sing this game's praises all the time, and I would just cry tears of joy if this game ever got a remake, even though the creator said that there's no plans to ever do a remake, but even just like re-release it with an upscale or put it on NSO. So what inspired me to do this? Because I didn't know what else to do today. And I've been wanting to do this for a while. But it is Sonic Adventure DX Director's Cut. I am not a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, chat. I'm sorry. I am not a Sonic the Hedgehog fan. But I am a Sonic Adventure fan. I think Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are some of the best games I've ever played in my life. I cannot stop talking about how much I love these games. I never even played the Genesis games. I can't even get into Sonic the Hedgehog 2 or 3 or whatever, or CD or any of that shit. But when it comes to Adventure 1 and 2, I can pick up and play these games all the time. The only two Sonic games that have ever come close to these are Sonic Frontiers and Sonic Generations. Those are pretty great games as well, but they still don't just hit what made me love Sonic. These games were so good back in the day that there was a period of time in which I was a bigger Sonic fan than a Mario fan. That only lasted about 6 months. I actually, spoilers, I never played F-Zero GX. I've never touched that game, so I don't own F-Zero GX. To this day, I've never played it. Sonic Boom mobile game? Holy fuck. That's pretty bad. I still stand by to this day. If you've never played a Sonic game and you just want a fun, goofy, anime, awesome story with multiple characters and interweaving plots, Sonic Adventure, dude. This is the director's cut, which is not as good as the Dreamcast original, but has more quality of life stuff. But visually and stuff, they did kind of downgrade from the Dreamcast version. So purists will say the Dreamcast version is better, but this is an absolutely worthwhile play. This is not a bad version. It might not be as good as Dreamcast, but I don't give a shit. Yeah, the sticker sucks. It was 20 bucks though. But, and then the back, I'll show the back of all the boxes, just says Total Chaos. Sonic and Friends return to the GameCube with the greatest adventure of all time. Experience epic thrills, enhanced graphics, and more, with all new exclusive content. Why does everyone hate Sonic 06? I don't want to get too much on a tangent because there's a lot of games to get through on the GameCube. But, it's just because the game was rushed and it's actually, like, broken. The story and the music are amazing. If they would have actually finished it, I think it would have been like Sonic Adventure 3. It would have been the best game ever, which is why I defend it, because the story and the music are incredible, but it's actually broken. Like, there's multiple levels where, like, Sonic will just fall through the floor, and then the game will crash. Or you'll play as Shadow, and a door will shut, and it won't open, and the game just soft locks. There's just so much shit where the game just falls apart. Graphical issues, you can't control the characters right. Inputs get dropped, you'll randomly die for no reason. Like, it's a glitched up mess, unfortunately. But anyways, that's the first game on the list. Let's keep going here. Oh, this is a classic, bro. I love this game. This was the first GameCube game I ever played. When I opened up my GameCube on Christmas, this was the first game I opened up. And it's motherfucking Luigi's Mansion, dude. If you have never played Luigi's Mansion, this game is great. I do not like the sequel. I'm sorry. I played through the whole thing on 3DS. I did not like Luigi's Mansion 2. To this day, I've never played Luigi's Mansion 3, but I'm down to. People say 3 is the best one, if not, like, close second with the first. So, even though Luigi's Mansion 2, that's one of my least favorite games that I ever played. I have played through this game, I think, 8 times. from beginning to end, I've played through 8 times. That's so funny that you said you played Dark Moon and it was peak when I hated that game. That's actually in my top 10 least favorite Nintendo games. Luigi's Mansion 2 is in my top 10 least favorite games. But I love this game. I absolutely adored it. It says Luigi won a mansion. I would like to play through it again when it comes out on NSO. What have I already? Why didn't I like it? Luigi's Mansion 2. I didn't like. I don't know. It just felt like a downgrade from the first game in every way. The atmosphere was worse. The ghosts in the first game, the ghosts were well, other than like the jobber ghosts, like the random side ones, there was a lot of ghosts based on humans. So it made the game creepy. Like, all of the ghosts in the first game have a backstory, and it's all people that lived in the mansion and died. So it made it more scary. Like, you would see people that would, like, that lived in the mansion, they were human. Like, you'd see a girl playing the piano, or you'd see, like, a guy in the study. And it was really creepy to, like, find these people that used to be alive and weren't here. And then in Dark Moon, it's just, like, green blob, yellow blob, purple blob. And then I just didn't like the multiple mansions either. The mini mansions were just like not as good as the one big mansion that you like learn to explore and familiarize yourself with. In the original game, like you're in just one mansion. You go upstairs, downstairs, like basement, closets, and like as the game progresses, you just get keys to new. It was like a Resident Evil. It was like a Resident Evil, and the second one kind of felt more cartoony. Anyways, what is there to say that I have not already said about Super Mario Sunshine? You guys already know how I feel about this game. Maybe you don't. There was a time where this was my most anticipated game. I literally remember coming home from school, and I had it pre-ordered, and my mom got me the game and the instruction manual, and I was obsessed, dude. I was obsessed. Like Chad is saying, I still stand by that the first half of this game is pretty peak. It's pretty great. It's one of the best experiences you can have on GameCube, but I really do think the second half of the game is the lowest 3D Mario has ever hit. I think the second half of this game is the lowest 3D Mario as a franchise has ever gone. It hits lower lows than 64, Galaxy, 3D World, or Odyssey, in my opinion. But there are really great things about it. I love the hub world. I love the music. The vibes are immaculate. But, yeah, dude. So, Dark Days on Isle Delfino. Pretty cool game. This is a very underrated game. It's actually funny because this is a perfect segue because the GameCube was weird, where they were giving a lot of characters from the Mario universe their own games. We had Luigi's solo game, Mario's solo game, but a lot of people, the one that people don't talk about, that I actually think is really good is Wario got his own solo game in the form of Wario World. And I think that this game is so underrated. Almost nobody talks about Wario World. And this shit is a banger, dude. It's got crazy boss fights, music, worlds, the story's crazy. The final boss is like a demonic alien chaos control thing. And it just says, "You ready to rumble with Wario?" And there was just crazy original bosses, levels, puzzles. Dude, I liked this game, man. And nobody talks about this shit. Nobody talks about Wario World, but I bought this game and I was not disappointed as a kid. I played through it and I was down. I was into it. So, yeah. Just wait till you see, Griffin. I got so much more, and all this is in pretty pristine condition. Like everything that I have still got the instruction manual in it. The discs are good. Where did Wario come from? His first appearance was in Super Mario Land 2, which was a Game Boy game, because the Mario Land games were actually made by a different team than main Nintendo. Like, it wasn't made by, like, Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka. So, in Mario Land 1, they were asked to create an original villain to, like, not use Wario. So, they used this alien. I can't even remember his name. But Mario Land 1 introduced Daisy because it took place in Sarasa Land, and then in Mario Land 2 they were asked to create an original villain as well that wasn't Bowser, and they wanted to create an evil Mario. So they came up with Wario, and they made him like greedy and selfish, and he was like the big bad villain. So he's just supposed to be Tatanga. Yeah, there we go. He was supposed to be like anti-Mario. All right, chat. I am not the biggest Mario sports fan, but this is actually my favorite Mario sports game. More than Mario Golf, more than any of the N64 ones, way more than the Switch ones. As much as I love the Switch, the Mario sports games on the Switch suck balls. But this... Nope, Griffin, you're wrong. I actually... I never played Mario Strikers. I've actually never played Mario Strikers. Nope, I've never played it. I'm going to play it for the first time in NSO. This is my favorite Mario sports game. It's Mario Power Tennis. This game has so many modes, mini games, characters, things to do. There's single player content, multiplayer content. Mario Power Tennis is it is the best Mario Tennis game. And I kind of like the N64 one, and I hated the Switch one, but this is so fun. It's so fun. Mario Power Tennis. And just the stages, everything was so creative. Like, look, they're on Isle Delfino. I never even played the Wii U one. Mario Tennis Ultra Smash. I've heard that that's one of the worst Nintendo games ever made, dog. There's, like, no content. This is the opposite of that. This is my favorite Mario sports game. I cannot talk about how much I love this stuff. They actually ported it to the Wii. There's a Wii version of this out there where you can use the Wii remote and motion controls, but I don't own that. Also very great game. What's up, Harper? We're going over my GameCube collection. We're going over all the GameCube games that I own from when I was a kid till now. And we are on Mario Golf Toadstool Tour. I also think this is the best Mario Golf game. I think that this is the best Mario Golf game. I think it did everything that the N64 version had, upped it. And the courses are cool, the character selection. Yo, thanks for the resub. Hell yeah, hell yeah. So yeah, the characters, the world, awesome game. Love the instruction manual. I'm sure they'll add this to NSO in the future. I hope so. All right, now we're getting into some good stuff. We're gonna take some break from Mario games, but we have to talk about Double Dash. This is a game that, as the years have gone on, I actually love more and more. Every like 5 years that goes on, I appreciate this game more and more, and I think it just had to do with like Mario Kart getting so stagnant. When Mario Kart 7 first came out, it was amazing, and then 8 was just derivative, still cool, and then 8 Deluxe, and then the Booster Course pack, and like, I was so sick of it, that by comparison, it was really cool to see that after Mario Kart 64, they did such a weird, wacky, and different vibe. Like, this is such a different vibe, and I love it, man. You have, like, unique power-ups, 2 characters per kart, the battle mode was sick, all the courses were good at Dino Jungle. It's fun, man. So, yeah, I've actually learned to love this game more that I've played it. Yeah, from 64 to Double Dash is awesome. I'm at a point where, like, I actually think that this game might be a 10. I actually might rank this game a perfect 10. Like, it's so much, it's like some of the most fun you can have on GameCube now. Yeah, I get it, Harper. As a kid, I don't know why. I think just as a kid, I played so much Mario Kart 64 with my friends and family, and nobody really wanted to play this with me, so I kind of just let it sit on the shelf. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, damn, this was actually the best. This was actually the best fucking thing. So, I didn't appreciate it as a kid that much for some reason, but now that I've gotten older, see, my first Mario Kart was 64, and I had so many good memories playing with my friends and family. And none of my friends were really into Mario Kart when I got to the GameCube era of my life. But nowadays, I'm like, this is my second favorite Mario Kart as well. This is my second favorite Mario Kart game. Alright, let's take a little bit of break from Mario to talk about a game that's actually coming to NSO that I cannot hype up enough. In my opinion, this is probably in the top 5 most underrated GameCube games, and honestly one of the most underrated Nintendo games ever. This is so much more fun than you would ever be led to believe. Chibi fucking Robo. This might appear to be a weird, dumb game. Unfortunately, after this first game, the entire franchise absolutely fell off. They started to make it a platformer, and then a DS game, and then there was Chibi Robo with Ziplash on the 3DS, which was like a Mario ripoff. But this original game, a lot of people don't realize, like, this is actually closer to, like, Mario 64 meets Persona. Not in, like, an RPG sense, but this game is about meeting weird characters. There's time-specific missions like Majora's Mask. There's, like, a day and night cycle. So what this story is about, and it's coming to Switch 2, so I'm so excited. I'm going to stream it when it comes to Switch 2. You play as a miniature robot who's a couple inches. He's about this large in real life, and he has been purchased by a family who's going through some troubles. You know, the family is having issues. The mom and dad aren't getting along. I can't remember if it's a daughter or the son or whatever. The son or daughter is having like trouble making friends. The dog is getting into trouble, and it's up to this little robot to fix this family dynamic. And it's so good. Like, there's missions where like you go into the kid's room at night and all the toys come to life. You will have to like dodge the dog, sneak through the kitchen, help the mom like cook by going through the cupboards. You know, deal with G.I. Joes coming to life, and you guys are drag racing under the table. There's so many mini games, missions, side stories, and you're like you're fixing this family. Like, you're preventing this family from like falling apart and getting a divorce. So like the writing is really good, the story's cut deep. There's always adventure to be found. You go into the bathroom, find something weird. You go into like the closet at night. There's like a haunted ghost or something. There's so much cool shit. It is such an adventure. It's like you're literally just playing as like a 6-inch robot, and you just go through the basement, the closets, and you just explore this weird world. It was on nobody's radar, Harper. It was on nobody's radar. This is one of the most creative, incredible games. And, yeah, it just says on the back, like, he cooks, he cleans, and he annihilates. Like, there's combat, missions, minigames. It just says, like most families, the Sandersons bicker about money and cleaning. Unlike most families, they also have robotic spiders, aliens, and talking toys to worry about. Enter Chibi Robo, a tiny robot programmed to spread happiness. Join him on his quest to restore order to the Sanderson house and save the world. This was like fucking made by Shigeru Miyamoto, dude. He oversaw the original company was Skip, but he like oversaw this project. So some of the biggest like names in Nintendo helped make this game, and unfortunately it just like never found its audience. It like never found its fan base, and they tried to like change the genre multiple times. They made puzzle games out of it. They made like DS games out of it. They turned it into a Mario Bros styled platformer, and unfortunately the company went out of business. Skip Limited, it no longer exists. They actually went bankrupt and closed down. But this original game is peak, and then they never were able to make anything as nearly as good as this one. But I love it, dude. I think it's so much fun. It just wasn't well marketed, and people just didn't understand like what it was trying to be. Like, is it a platformer? Is it was a different type of game. Like I said, it's like Mario and Majora's Mask, you know? It's like Super Mario Sunshine and Majora's Mask mixed. And I love it. Such a great game. When I remember it was $20. My mom bought it for me, and she was like, it looked cute. I hope that you like it. If it sucks, don't worry about it. It was only $20. And I played the game, and I got hooked. I got fucking hooked. Yeah, it's actually really sad that this company went out of business, because I love this game. Yeah, I played this game with no expectations as a kid, and I was like obsessed with it, man. Like, I never wanted to go to sleep because I just wanted to see like what's gonna happen with the family, you know? Like, what secrets is this family hiding? Is like, are aliens real? Like, aliens coming down in the yard, and it's like all this little robot, and you have to do so much. But I won't spoil anymore. I won't spoil anything, but just so many wacky characters, fun things, and it just encourages exploration. So, That is a good one. I don't own that one, Mario fan, but I own a game like that. That was my favorite. We'll get to it, though. Let's go on to the next game. Whoa, I almost knocked over my fucking microphone. Holy shit. Sonic Heroes. I like this game, but there are people that say Sonic Heroes is better than Sonic Adventure. That is not true at all. This game, I would say, is a 7 out of 10. Sonic Adventure 1 is like an 8, and Sonic Adventure 2 is a 10. I think Sonic Adventure 2 is like a perfect video game. This is like a 7. The music is great, and it is fun, but when I played this as a kid, I was like... Because this game came out right after Adventure 2 Battle, and I bought it so excited. I was like, this is going to be the next big Sonic game. This is Sonic Adventure 3. And I played it, and I was disappointed. I was just like, yeah, this was cool. This was not as good as Sonic Adventure. The story wasn't as good. The gameplay wasn't as good. It was a lot more clunky. But it was fun. It was fine. But I did not enjoy it as much as most people. There's a lot of people that say that this is the best Sonic game. And I do not agree with that at all. All right, we got to talk about a classic, but I have a disclaimer about this. This is probably one of the best video games ever made. This is Resident Evil 4. However, chat, I am a fraud, and I purchased this 10 years ago. My first time playing RE4 was actually on the Wii. I did not experience Resident Evil 4 on the GameCube. I bought this as a collector's edition, but my first time playing Resident Evil 4 was on the Wii. But still, this is like a 10 out of 10, perfect, genre-defining. Horror games are still feeling the ripple effects of this game, like, all these years later. It's almost been 20 years, and we're still feeling the effects in the video game industry of Resident Evil 4. This is one of the few games that was so crazy, it was on 2 GameCube discs. This game could not fit on one disc. It had 2 fucking discs on the GameCube, which like almost no games had at the time. So this game was just such a massive, gigantic experience that shook the industry, still shaking the industry to this day. So yeah, Resident Evil 4, 10 out of 10, one of the best games that has ever been made. This made me a Resident Evil fan. I would not be a Resident Evil fan today without this. This was my first entry into the Resident Evil verse, and I've been addicted ever since. Yeah, the game was literally so large, Toxic, for its time in 2006, or 2004. When did this come out? 2004, I believe. 2005. Okay, sorry. 2005. This game came out in 2005, and there was not enough memory for one disc for how ambitious this game was. This game was gigantic, so they literally needed to have 2 separate discs just to fit the entire experience, and it was so good, dude. Again, I can pick up and play. My preferred way to play this game now is the PS4 version. The PS4 version of the remake, but the Wii version of this are fucking great, so yeah. It's both. The game is ridiculously long, plus just like HD textures and enemy variety, boss variety, voice clips, cutscenes. There was so much memory because of so much cutscenes, dialogue, and textures that it had to have 2 discs. So yeah, for anybody just tuning in, we're going over my GameCube collection. Never in my life, in all of my years of streaming, have I ever done a GameCube collection. So we're doing that tonight. I think on Xbox 360, yes, not PS3. Because PS3 had a Blu-ray disc, and Blu-ray discs can hold way more memory. So I think GTA 5 on PS3 was 1 disc. On Xbox 360, which used DVD, it had to have 2. But yeah, PS3 version 1 disc because of the Blu-ray storage capacity. Alright. We're gonna do a 2-for-1. These are 2 games that these days, unfortunately, this character people don't even like anymore. There was a time in which this character stood toe-to-toe right there with Mario, Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, Rayman. Nowadays, people don't even like Rayman. Rayman's kind of died. But unfortunately, Hudson Soft went out of business, and this IP was picked up by Konami, and Konami doesn't do jack shit with it. I wish so bad that they would release remakes, ports, because these are some great games that are lost to time. These games never get ported, never get remade. Unfortunately, Konami has bastardized this franchise by releasing shitty phone games and low-budget games. But back in the day, these games were sick. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about motherfucking Bomberman, baby. This was Bomberman Generation. Nowadays, people just see Bomberman as like a fun little party game. No, dude, this had boss fights, story, cutscenes, worlds, levels. This was like a Mario Bros. Legend of Zelda style adventure. There was so much shit, dude. Bomberman Generation. And then the sequel, which isn't as good but still fun, Bomberman Jetters. People don't like Bomberman Jetters because of Bomberman's redesign. They changed him to look more like the anime, which sucked balls. So I don't like Bomberman's redesign, but I still like this game. I think that this game is actually incredibly fun, but Generation is better. Generation is the better game. Still fun, even if Bomberman looks like shit. But again, still like open, like not open world, but like multiple levels. Look at these boss fights, dude. You would explore the world, get power-ups. There was multiple characters. So Bomberman games used to be the shit, dude. They used to be like AAA fun adventures. So this is a 2-pack, Bomberman Generation and Jetters. Oh, you're talking about the Xbox Bomberman Act Zero. Yeah, before Hudson Soft went out of business, they tried to make an edgy Bomberman. They tried to make like Bomberman that like looked like Halo. So Bomberman like actually looked like a Halo Spartan, and the game flopped. And then Hudson went out of business, and all of their IPs got sold to Konami. So now Konami owns the rights to Bomberman, and it's never been the same since, unfortunately. But these two games are still good. But again, Generations is the better one. Alright, chat. You ready? This is one of my favorite GameCube games ever. Probably top 5 GameCube games. And I'm so fucking... One of my most anticipated games is the sequel. This is Masahiro Sakurai's fucking masterpiece. Obviously not Magnum Opus. I think that's Melee and Smash Ultimate. But I'm talking about Kirby motherfucking Air Ride, dude. This game is so good. Kirby Air Ride. This was the only Kirby game I played until Forgotten Land. I had never played a Kirby game. I know Play to Kill. I got so many games, dude. We're not even halfway done, bro. We're not even halfway done. So this is Kirby's Air Ride. Pristine condition. Like, look, there are no blemishes or fucking damage to the box at all. Like, this is pristine. Kirby's ready to ride, bro. Still got... I like how the game has a Mario Sunshine advertisement. It's like, hey, play Mario Sunshine. Hot take, Kirby's Air Ride is better than Mario Sunshine, but I've got the instruction book. But I love this game, dude. It's so damn fun. City Trials, the best mode ever. If Air Riders doesn't have City Trials, I'm gonna be so sad. It will, Griffin, but Nintendo's weird and they don't like to have like games compete with each other. That's why we're not gonna see Double Dash for probably like 2 years, because like, well, we don't want to take away sales from Mario Kart World. They're not gonna want to take away sales from the sequel, so we're probably not gonna get Air Ride until 2 years after Air Riders comes out. Nintendo's just weird and they don't like to have old games compete with fucking new games. It's strange, but I think that there will come a day where we get this. It's such a classic, dude. Speaking of Sakurai, who could possibly talk about the GameCube? Like, even if this isn't my favorite GameCube game, for some games, Depri, but not a lot. It was not as popular as it is now. Even if this is not my favorite GameCube game, I think that this is in talks to possibly be the best GameCube game. This game was the reason to own a GameCube. This was one of the few games where PlayStation 2 owners were like, fuck, I'm jealous, you know? And that was not the case back in the day, you know? This was one of the few games that came out where PS2 players were like, fuck, bro, I want to play that shit. Everybody in high school, junior high, elementary school, everybody wanted to play this shit. It was Smash 64 amplified beyond anybody's wildest dreams. The adventure mode, all-star mode, the wackier cast of characters. You had Princess Zelda, you had Bowser, you had Mr. Game & Watch. honestly, without this game, Fire Emblem might not be the juggernaut that it is. Fire Emblem was like never even in the West. It was a Japanese exclusive franchise, but because of familiarization with Marth and Roy, they decided to start porting Fire Emblem over a couple years later. And I really think that this game had a lot to do with it. Smash 64 introduced the world to Smash, but Melee put it on the map. Melee is what made Super Smash Bros. A juggernaut IP. And like Griffin said, this game was made in 2 years. Just under 2 years. So again, Majora's Mask made in 1 year, this game made in less than 2 years. From fucking scratch to release. And that's pretty awesome. So, yeah. I actually don't have the instruction manual for this one. One of the rare times where I lost the instruction manual. But that's because I probably brought this to so many friends' houses. This game was in my backpack all the time, dude. Every sleepover, every friend's house visit, this game was a staple, dude. I brought this game everywhere. The box is in pretty good condition, but I did lose the instruction manual. Alright. Mario Party 4, baby! Let's talk about it. I think that this was a step back from Mario Party 3. I think Mario Party... How do I collect such good copies of these games? I literally bought them when they first came out. I was young, I'm old enough to where, like, I was alive and in elementary school when these games were coming out. And I bought them on release, and I have been the first and only owner of majority of these games. And I treat all my shit good. I make sure everything is pristine. I keep everything on the shelf in glass boxes, keep it away from dust. Everything that I own that I like, I fucking treat to the utmost respect. But still love this game. When this game comes to NSO, me, Epic Man, Taters, we're all gonna have a blast. This is a great game, but it is actually really jank. The opening cutscene to this game is one of the most jank things I've ever seen. It looks like a Gmod animation. And there's just some weird stuff. Minigames are okay. The boards suck. The boards are so bad. But the first 3 Mario parties I consider to be amazing. This was a step back for me. This was a step back for me. But then they made up for it. They made up for it with the release in just 1 year later of Mario Party 5. This is in my top 3 Mario parties ever. I love it. The boards, incredible. The items, amazing. The minigames, some of the most fun. Story mode, like, crazy. There's so much content. There's like a build your own mech mode, a whole separate side mode where you build a mech and fight people with mechs. I think 4 is more popular than 5, Plan to Kill, because this was like near the GameCube's launch, and most Mario parties near the launch are always more popular. I just like this one more. I actually think that this is the way better game. This game was one of the first GameCube games to come out, so it's kind of jank and weird. This game, like, fleshed, like, everything out a lot more. The boards were better, the minigames were better, there was better characters, way more content. Like I said, there was a whole single-player story mode, there was a mech battle mode, just the aesthetic. This whole game had a it's kind of like Mario Sunshine, where, yeah, 4 is more popular, but people that actually play it almost always prefer 5. 4, I think, did sell more, though. 4 has more sales. Yeah, I liked 5 more. Because, like, Mario Sunshine has a tropical aesthetic. This entire game's aesthetic was dream-themed. So everything, like, the mini-games, the boards are all, like, dreams. So it's, like, very tonally consistent. Like, you have, like, Sweet Dream, Underwater Dream, Adventure Dream. Like, everything is based on the world of dreams. And I think that that's really cool. So, this is my 3rd favorite Mario Party. It goes Jamboree, Mario Party 3, Mario Party 5. And there's like 15 Mario Parties. So for this to be my 3rd favorite is a huge deal. And this is actually my favorite on the GameCube. This is my favorite GameCube Mario Party. And the day that this comes out on NSO, ooh, I'm playing it all night. We're playing it all night. Might as well keep going, like Harper said. Might as well keep going. Just a year after that, Mario Party 6, baby! And this game is nothing to scoff at. This game, honestly, like, if someone was like, Zach, I like 6 more than 5, I'd be like, I disagree, but that's fair, bro. I was like, I disagree, but that's fair. Because this is an amazing game. Yeah, 6 is good. The mic is ass, but you don't need to use the mic. You can just turn off all the microphone mini games and still have a great time. The boards are still good. Here's the thing. Want to know why 6 is so good? In Mario Party 2, my favorite board in Mario Party 2 is Horrorland, because Horrorland had a day-night cycle, where it's like in the daytime, there was certain spaces that it activated, then at night, there was different spaces, Boo would come out. They took that concept and turned it into an entire game. Every single board has a day-night cycle with different mini-games, different events, different items that all take place whether it's daytime or nighttime. So the fact that all the boards in this game have a day-night cycle was so cool. And it says party till the break of dawn. And you had like the board island and yeah, man, this game's great, dude. Just because I like 5 more, like this is so peak. It's so peak, dude. Like this, it's just below. This is the second best Mario Party on the GameCube. I look at this box art, dude. It's so good. Mario Party 6, legendary. Again, just because I like 5 more, like there are days where I wake up and I'm like, honestly, I'm in a Mario Party 6 mood. It's a different game, dude. It's a different vibe. So sometimes I'm like, fuck it. I'm in a Mario Party 6 mood. And lastly, to end the quadrology, Mario Party 7. Now, I do not hate this game, but I did find it to be a step down from 5 and 6. Mario Party 7 is still fun, but it was not as fun to me as 5 and 6. It felt really safe, really sterile. It didn't have much of an identity. That's exactly my point, Harper. Like, 4 had like a weird vibe to it. Like, everything's weird in 4. 5 is all about dreams. 6 is all about the day-night cycle. 7 doesn't have any sort of identity. It's just like random. You just have like random generic boards. Everything's very forgettable. Yeah, it's just very forgettable. It's not a bad game. Honestly, I do think it's better than 4. I think 4 might be the worst Mario Party on GameCube. But, actually, I lied, dude. I lied. Never mind. 4 is better than this. This is probably the worst one on GameCube. Still not a bad game. But 4 is better because I'm like, you had that Bowser fight. You had the weird jankness. Like, it's fun. It's 4 might be worse, but it's more memorable. Like, you remember 4 when you play it. Like, even if it's worse, it's more fun. It's kind of like Mario Party 1. Mario Party 4 is like the Mario Party 1 of the GameCube games, where it's like, it's broken, it's rage-inducing, it's unbalanced, it's fucked up, but you just bust out laughing. And I'll always prefer a busted fun game over a safe, boring game. So 4 might be busted, but the mini games are more fun, and you will laugh your ass off with friends. People will get fucked over unfairly, you'll laugh your ass off. 7 might be more balanced, but it's boring, you know? The boards are good on 7, yeah. If you're talking about this hole, every GameCube box has this little hole in it. I forgot why it was. I think like they would be on like a shelf or something. But, every GameCube game has this square punched in. But anyways, Mario Party 7 is just forgettable. You know, nobody remembers it. The mini games are whatever, the boards are whatever. Still fun. I don't think anybody's gonna hate it, but honestly, probably the weakest of all 7 up to this point. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are all better than this. But Mario Party didn't start to get shitty until 9. 9 is where I'd start to be like, don't even bother playing it. I would still say play it. I would still say play this game if you want to. If you got like 2 friends, play it. You will have fun. But just not as much fun. Alright. Moving on. Another banger. Let me take a sip of water. My throat's getting dry. What's my Mario Party ranking out of just the first 7? Alright. I will go from the best to least best, okay? Out of all of these, I would say from best to least best, it would go number 1, the best one is 3, then 5, then 2, 1. No, I already fucked up. Let me go back. Sorry, I fucked up. Scratch all that. 3, 5, 6 2 1 7. There you go. Yeah. 3 5 6 2 1 7. 4. No, fuck. I missed 4. I don't know, dude. I whatever. Who cares? Up next, Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. What can I say, dude? Like, this game is... When I played this, I wish I could go back in time and erase my memory and play this game for the first time again. When I was a kid with I had no problems in the world, no, like, job or stress or anything, I got so hooked on this game, dude. Thousand-Year Door, like, grabbed a hold of my, like, young, impressionable heart, and I was addicted. Like, I really do think that this game is a perfect 10. I would actually give this game a perfect 10 out of 10 score. I think that the story, the music, the characters, the level of storytelling and ambition for a Mario game had never been done to this level prior to this game. Nintendo never tried harder with the story prior to this game, and I think Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is still the best Paper Mario game. Even if I prefer Super, I think objectively, unbiasedly, this is the best one. Two games there that are kind of whatever. I owned Sonic Mega Collection, had 7 Sonic games from the Genesis, had Sonic the Hedgehog 2, 3, Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Sonic Spinball, Sonic 3D Blast, Sonic and Knuckles. I bought this when I was at the peak of my Sonic fandom because of Adventure 1 and 2. And then playing this game, I realized, oh, I'm not a Sonic fan. I'm a Sonic Adventure fan because I played all 7 of these games and I never finished any of them. I didn't enjoy any of them. I couldn't finish any of the 7 games in this collection because I was just not into it. And then I realized that I was not actually a Sonic fan, that I only liked the adventure games. So, tragic. However, the Sonic Gems collection, way better. This has weirder, wackier Sonic games that I enjoyed, including one of my favorite Sonic games that I've ever played, which is Sonic R. This game had Sonic R, Sonic the Fighters, and Sonic CD. Sonic the Fighters and Sonic R are actually fun. They're just weirdo, strange games. So I've always said that Sonic Gems Collection is better. I've played this way more than I played Mega Collection. Because I prefer the weirder games. They're just more fun to me. That are from like the Sega Saturn and shit. Speaking of Sonic, Shadow the Hedgehog. This game sucks balls, but at the time I loved it. This is like a game that I love to hate, you know what I mean? This game's got a lot of problems and a lot of issues, but as a kid I was into it. All my friends played it, and it's bad, but it's one of those bad games that's like fun, you know? It's so bad, but it's like legitimately fun. Hold on, I'm gonna switch the OST. Actually, I'll leave. I'll just skip songs. So yeah, Shadow the Hedgehog. And I believe the last Sonic game on this list is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I talk about this game all the fucking time, and this is my favorite Sonic game ever made. I don't think that they've ever made a Sonic game better than this. I think that this is absolutely the magnum opus of the Sonic franchise. And if this would have been the last Sonic game ever, which it was made to be, because Sega was like in the process of going out of business when this game came out, it was designed to be like the last Sonic game, and it feels like it. And I love it. The game that introduced Shadow had the Chow Garden, the adventure mode. This might be my most played GameCube game. I think that I played this game for more hours than any other game on the GameCube. I really do. I think that I've played this for thousands of hours. I think at least 600 hours I played. I played so much Adventure 2. So. Holy fuck, Chad, there's so much. So much to get through. This is my GameCube collection. Dun, 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 dun. No, you're good. Alright. Next games. Let's get the next big pack of games here. Holy shit, there's so many. Alright. I'm not catching you up on what you missed. I don't know how long you're gone for. Up next is Super Mario DDR. I still have my mat. I don't know if it works to this day, but I do have my DDR mat. This was Super Mario Dance Dance Revolution. I liked it. This was back when like DDR was like ridiculously popular. So I still got the instruction manual, and yeah, you can play this game with a controller, but you're kind of a loser if you do. Yeah, I own DDR Mario Mix. How much money do you guys think this whole fucking collection is worth? Also, awesome game is Pac-Man World 2. To this day, I've still never played the original Pac-Man World, but I love this game. This was a fun 3D platformer. It was like a Mario 64 open, like, 3D platforming game. It was awesome. Cool bosses. Great world map. Pac-Man World 2 is the best Pac-Man World game. There's 4 of them. There's Pac-Man World 1, 2, 3, and then some, like, Pac-Man World other, like, based off the show. This is the best one. If they ever remake this game, that'd be pretty cool. Because they remade the first one. If they remake Pac-Man World 2, that'd be hype. Because this is a fun time. I heard somebody in the chat talk about, like, ATV or whatever. This was my game. This might not seem like a game that Zach Lawley would play, but my stepbrother and I loved this game. This is Big Air Freestyle. This game was so much fun. We played, there's so much shit to do. There's so much shit to do. There's like obstacle courses, like open areas. Like, this game was sick. So much shit to unlock, tricks, destruction derby elements. Big Air Freestyle was such a fun time. Such a fun time. One of the most underrated games. I don't think anybody's like, yeah, it is fun, dude. Nobody talks about specifically Big Air Freestyle, but I loved it. I don't even know if anybody even knows what the hell this shit is. Here's a game that I got for $5, and it sucked and I never beat it. This is, I got it for $5. This is Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. I bought this secondhand, so the box has like some damage to it. It's all dusty and dirty. But, I did not like this game. It was fucking boring. This is the worst box that I own because I had to get it for cheap. This was a shitty, like, GameStop box, and on marker, the game was iNinja. The game itself is fun. I wish I had a better box, but this is iNinja. Fun little, like, hack and slash platformer game. WarioWare. Now we're back to my freshly bought games. This was the first WarioWare game. Well, technically the Game Boy Advance version was the first one, but this was the first one that I played. I had a great time with it. It was just so weird and different, and the concept of micro games. This was like ADHD, TikTok, Zoomer shit, but way before. It was like ahead of its time. WarioWare Inc. was ahead of its time, and I love this game. I played so much of it. Friends would come over to my house and be like, what the fuck is that? And we would play, and they'd be like, dude, I've never even heard of this. And we would just die laughing at how crazy this game was. This is a random fucking game that I own. Naruto Clash of Ninja. This was a Naruto fighting game, but it was done way better with the sequel. which I actually really like. This first game is kind of lackluster and shit, but this was Naruto Clash of Ninja. This is not my favorite anime, not at all. And in fact, this game sucks. But I will say that Clash of Ninja 2 was actually fun. So, this was Naruto Clash of Ninja. And it says, ready to get schooled? How cringe can that be? Here's another game that nobody talks about, chat. Here's another game nobody talks about, and it's really fun. Pac-Man Fever. So this is the disc loose. Oh my gosh, the disc got loose. Let me put it back in. Pac-Man Fever is literally Pac-Man Mario Party. Pac-Man Fever is literally Pac-Man Mario Party. You go on boards, play mini games, collect shit, and the winner at the end, like, gets to be the winner. It was fun. I do have a couple memories of playing this. So it was just Pac-Man Mario Party. But look, chat, it's Billion Quadrillion. Billion Quadrillion's in the game. There he is. It had Astroth from Soul Calibur, Billion Quadrillion, Miss Pac-Man, and then I don't know who those two assholes on the left are. So the character selection was kind of shit. But this was pretty fun, dude. Was it as good as Mario Party? Hell no. But I would still play this over, like, Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival or whatever. It's only, I mean, the only reason why the crossover makes sense, Planet Kills, these were all Namco properties. Soul Calibur, Tekken, and then whatever the other two, Starlight or Starship, whatever, 99. These were all Namco properties. So they were like, shit, how do we compete with Mario Party? Let's add all of our IPs. I don't know why they picked Astroth for the Soul Calibur representation, but still. Honestly, for as stupid as this game looks, it was fun. I still stand by that it was a fun game. Another game that nobody likes except me, Rayman Arena. This was a Rayman party game, not like Mario Party because you're not on a board, but this was a collection of races, fights, mini games featuring Rayman characters. You had Rayman, Glowbox, the Space Pirates. It was just like a party game. You would just compete in a bunch of mini games and battles, and the winner would get crowned at the end. And there was some crazy stuff in this game. I'm not even lying. Like, this game is rated E, but it should not have been. There's like references to pornography and nudity in this game. I'm not even lying. There's like a scene where like, and it's all fully voice acted. There's like a scene where a guy is getting his ass beat, and then there's another scene where a guy's like laying in a chair and he's looking at like a fold-out Playboy poster of a girl, and he's like steam's coming out of his ears, and then he shuts the door to like jack off. The game should not have been rated E. This was a raunchy ass game. There was a lot of violence and sexual innuendo. Rayman Arena was weird, dude. Rayman Arena was weird. I like this game though. This is back when Ubisoft was the shit and had the cool logo. They had the Rainbow Arc logo. Sega. One of my favorite Sega games that's not Sonic. Crazy Taxi. I love Crazy Taxi, dude. We streamed this, actually. We streamed this game. It's somewhere on the Milky Archives. Still holds up to this day. Still fun. And it's pretty much how most people my age found out about, what the fuck's the band? Shit. Offspring. This is how most people my age got introduced to The Offspring, was Crazy Taxi. It's like, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, so Crazy Taxi is you pick up people and take them to where they need to go. This is like Uber. You pick up people, take them to where they need to go, and you need to like swerve in and out of traffic, not crash, smash into boxes, and you're just flying through the city at intense speeds, trying to get these people to where they need to be as fast as possible. Prepare for the craziest cab ride of your life. Amazing game. Awesome game. Mario Superstar Baseball. My least favorite of the Mario sports games, but still awesome. I prefer Power Tennis and Toadstool Tour. Still a great game, though. Still an awesome game, and probably one of the best. I like the Wii Mario Baseball better. Super Sluggers, but this is still great. This is still great. You will have fun with this. Sluggers is the Wii version, which is probably the best one. But Superstar Baseball is still good. I got this game for $9. This was Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. Nowadays, this game sucks balls. As a kid, I was obsessed with it. This was like one of the first violent games I ever played as a kid. I was like 12 or 13 and like finally allowed to play a bloody video game. And so this was like my first violent video game was MK Deadly Alliance. So. There is not a Switch Mario Baseball, no. There's not. Thanks, fucking block. We're gonna do 4 games back to back. Oh, dude, yeah. Once I own that game, Dally. Spoilers. Deception, way better. Had a crazy story mode, way better characters, way better gameplay. Deception was awesome. Deception, I love. We're gonna go through a bunch of games really quick. Resident Evil 0. I fucking hate this game. However, Rebecca Chambers is a little cutie pie. This is like a Depri girl. She's like a sweet, short-haired girl. And, I do love Rebecca. Unfortunately, she's in a shithole, shitty shit game. I do not like this game. However, a game that I love, Resident Evil 1 Remake, dude. With Jill and the zombie on the cover. Resident Evil 1 Remake, now this is fun. Now this is a fun time. 0, frustrating. This game, you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a really good time playing RE1 Remake. Then we have the original Resident Evil 2. OG RE2, classic. What can I say about this game? One of the best survival horror games of all time. Introduced Leon and Ada, my 2 favorite Resident Evil characters. Look at Polygon of Leon. The camera doesn't want to focus on it. But yeah. And then Resident Evil 3 Nemesis, which I do not like this game very much. I like the remake better than this one. But this is still the original Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. So. Had Jill on the back. Up next, Frogger Beyond. This game sucked. This game sucked, dude. I tried to play it. I never beat it. No problem, Harper. I tried to beat it. It was just too boring, dude. The game was just way too fucking boring. Frogger Beyond, go beyond the pond. I wish you would have just fucking stayed there, dude. Yeah, I didn't like it. Namco Museum. This was fun. This is a fun collection of old school Namco games. You had all different kinds of Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug. Just cool arcade classics. Just fun, you know, arcade classics. You know, what can I say? Teen Titans, the game. This was pretty bad. This game is not very good. But I really liked Teen Titans when I was a kid. I really liked Teen Titans when I was a kid, so I bought it, and I was like, yeah. I don't even remember. I just remember this not being that fun. I'll ban it, don't worry. Now we're talking. Mortal Kombat Deception, much better. Best Mortal Kombat on the GameCube. This was everything that Deadly Alliance did, but way better. Full-fledged story mode with cutscenes, way more characters, way more things to do. Just a fun game. So much single-player content. Mortal Kombat Deception was amazing. This was a mainline game. The game was just called Mortal Kombat Deception. This was a mainline game. This would have been, what, Mortal Kombat 6? Yeah. Yeah, this is just the 6th game. They just didn't do numbering for a while. It goes MK 1, 2, 3, 4, Deadly Alliance, Deception, Armageddon, MK versus DC, then MK9, MK10, MK11. They started numbering them again. But this was just the 6th mainline game. I think it was really cool. Fuck, this game was ass. This is not Battle for Bikini Bottom. I never played that. This is SpongeBob Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. Nobody talks about this shit because it was so bad. Back when all my friends were playing Battle for Bikini Bottom, my family got me Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. And this is the SpongeBob game that nobody likes. I was like, bro, I don't even like SpongeBob. So this game was pretty bad. I did beat it, though. I did beat this game, but I didn't like it. Rayman 3! Now, this is a game I love. Rayman 3, this was the last good Rayman game. Well, okay, the 2D UbiArt games were pretty good. But the mainline, this was the last good Rayman game before Raving Rabbids destroyed the franchise. But this was badass. There was, like, swearing and boss fights, and it was just a crazy, edgy Rayman adventure. While they release Rayman anymore, Ubisoft sucks balls. Ubisoft sucks, and they don't want to... They rather Rayman die. The sad truth is, back in like 2009 to 2015, the Rabbids were selling more than Rayman. That's why we have Mario Rabbids crossover. The Rabbids started to sell more copies than Rayman games. Up next, Bionicle. I don't care what you guys say, this game was fun. I beat it, I played it with my friends. Bionicle was fun, dude. This was a good game. Like, there was actually like a lot of production value. You could play as multiple characters, really cool boss fights, long levels, and one of the coolest final bosses ever. So for licensed games, this was one of the best. The original Bionicle game, I still stand by having it be pretty fun. Here's a game nobody will understand how fun it is. This is Army Men Sarge's War. And the multiplayer in this game is actually so much fun. I would bring it over to like my dad's house and play with my stepbrother and all the neighbor kids, and we would play for like 4 hours straight. We would play the multiplayer for 4 hours straight because this game actually had dismemberment. So you could like shoot off the soldiers' heads, their arms, their legs. This is one of the very first games that had like active dismemberment of characters. Yeah, it was an edgelord game, but I loved it. This was like an Army Men's like Shadow the Hedgehog. The story of this game is like all of his friends got genocided, so he just decides to kill everybody. He just decides to like slaughter everybody because all of his friends are dead. The opening cutscene is his girlfriend and all of his friends getting melted to death. He literally has to watch his girlfriend and everybody die in front of him, and then he vows to kill everybody in the world. It was like the Punisher on crack. It was fun though. I like this game. Soul Calibur 2. I can't believe I got this game for 18 bucks. What a steal. But I love Soul Calibur 2. It was my first Soul Calibur game. I had Link in it. It was such a great time. I'm so glad that Switch 2 launched with this. I'm so glad Switch 2 launched with Soul Calibur 2 because I love playing this game. You had Link from The Legend of Zelda. Soul Calibur 1 was originally, I believe, on Dreamcast, and it's also on Xbox 360 ported. I think those are the only places you can play Soul Calibur 1 now, is Dreamcast and Xbox 360. I don't think they ever re-released it. Alright, last batch of games. Ugh. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I never played it. I bought their, a friend gave it to me, and then I never played it. Everybody says it's great, but I never played it. Army Men RTS, this game is asshole. This game sucks balls. I didn't know what RTS meant, so I was so obsessed with Army Men Sarge's War. I was like, dude, we have to play, I gotta get the new Army Men game. I didn't realize what a real-time strategy was until I played it. And then I realized, oh, I fucking hate real-time strategy games. It was not as good as Sarge's War was like a full third-person shooter. I didn't know, I was too young to know what RTS was. Oh shit, I've got a second copy of Soul Calibur. I was like, I swear I bought Soul Calibur new. What was with the old sticker? No, this is my original copy of Soul Calibur 2. I had a second copy that I first ordered. I was like, I did not buy Soul Calibur used, dude. I bought that. This is a used copy that I must have bought later for 20 bucks. But I bought the full, like, $50 day one edition. So I've actually got 2 copies of Soul Calibur 2. That's how good this game is. I was like, why is there an $18 sticker? I was like, I know damn well I got this day one at GameStop. I have a memory of it. Now I remember. So this is my day one copy. And then I don't know why I got another one. Yeah, I've only got a few left. The Hobbit. I was really into Lord of the Rings. This game is kind of bad. It's like okay, but it's pretty bad. The Hobbit game. This is the only Tony Hawk game I ever played, and I loved it. Tony Hawk Underground. I never played Pro Skater to this day. I've never played any Pro Skater games, but I played Tony Hawk Underground and loved it, dude. Every kid in my middle school had fucking Tony Hawk Underground. Say what you want about these games, while the Hobbit game sucked, when it comes to licensed games, these might be like the best licensed games ever other than Bionicle. And that's Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, and Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. These games kick fucking ass. I don't care what anybody says. These 2 games kick ass, man. They are fun. They have like the original voice for the games. So you got like fucking Elijah Wood doing voice lines. You got Ian McKellen or whatever as Gandalf. You have like the original voice cast that worked on this shit, man. And the level design, everything was peak. I have no possible way to stream my GameCube games because I can't hook up component cables to my capture card. I'm saying Plan to Kill. I'm glad you agree. Back in the day, these were some of the 2 best games you could be playing as a kid. These Lord of the Rings games kick fucking ass. Another classic, Star Wars Rogue Leader. The sequel to Rogue Squadron on N64, known as Rogue Squadron 2, one of the best looking GameCube games graphically. One of the best looking GameCube games graphically. It's like, dude, this game kind of still holds up today. You know, the graphics were like incredible. Rogue Leader was great. I can stream Wii games when I run them off the Wii U. When I run them off the Wii U, because the Wii U has HDMI, but I can't do GameCube. Chat, can you believe it took this long to get to Wind Waker? I've got the Wind Waker disc and my memory card with it on, with the game still on there. Is Wind Waker good? Yes. Just because it's my least favorite 3D Zelda, this is still... To not put this in the top 5 GameCube games is criminal. This is still, like, probably in the top... Well, yeah, in the top 5 GameCube games. It might not be my favorite Zelda, but this is still great. Let me skip this song. It's not too great. Skip it. So. In terms of 3D Zelda, it's my least favorite. I prefer Ocarina, Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, all over this game. I think all of those games are better than this. Now, if you're including the 2D games, I think this is better than the original and Zelda 2. I think that this is better than Four Swords. I think it's better than, The Oracle games, but still. I just like to compare 3D Zeldas to 3D Zeldas. Still great though. Evil Wind is Rising. Amazing game. It's Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, bro. I would say it's better than Awakening by a little bit, yeah. I would rather play Wind Waker for the music, the sailing on the ocean. I would say it's slightly above Awakening for me, yeah. Star Fox Adventures. I liked this game, chat. I know people clown on it, and guess what, chat? I played this game as a kid, and thank God, dude. Thank God I dodged the furry bait. So many people became furries because of Crystal. I played this game, and as a kid, I was never attracted to her. So I could have really gone down the furry pipeline at a young, impressionable age, but I dodged it. I was never a furry. But I like this game. I like this game a lot. Star Fox Adventures. I like this more than Star Fox 64. And Star Fox fans would puke if they heard me say that. But I don't like Star Fox as an IP that much. I agree, dude. I don't think any Star Fox game is that good, but I think this is probably the best one. This and Star Fox Assault, which I never fucking owned. Here's Naruto Clash of Ninja 2. I actually like this one. I don't like the original, but I do like this one. Clash of Ninja 2 is fun. I played this a lot with friends. And lastly, chat, Metroid Prime, baby. Sealed copy, Metroid Prime, not sealed copy, I lied. Metroid Prime, you guys might be sad to hear. I played this game, holy shit. I played this game for 2 hours, never played it again. I bought this game, played it for 2 hours, and never picked it up again. Yeah. Maybe one day I'll come back to it, but I only ever played it 2 hours. But I own it. Prime. I never bought Prime 2. So that's all my GameCube games, chat. I just didn't like it. Maybe it gets better after the first 2 hours. I never liked any Metroid games except until Dread. I played Metroid Dread on Switch, and I loved that. I was like, holy shit, this is so fun. I think Metroid Dread is like the best one, but I haven't played a lot of them. The series never interested me, but I'm interested in Prime 4. But that's all my GameCube games, chat. What do you guys think? Look at them all over my fucking floor. They're all over the place. They're all behind me. What's next for the stream? I got no fucking idea. I was thinking about playing GameCube games, but I'm getting kind of tired.